What are you moaning about?
Such a farty. Don't know what happened, but I can't remember. 2 years and 9 months ago, you were farting the way you're farting now. What is that supposed to be?
It's just a normal bodily function. Better out than in.
I agree, but I didn't sign on that contract.
Pot calling the kettle black?
What? Did you use a phrase that I don't know?
Perhaps.
Hello!
Hiya!
I'm Toy.
And I am Goy.
And welcome to a special episode.
Sorry, I was just doing...
Maybe it's not dancing yet.
I know.
We need to go by the plan. There is a plan and there is a professor.
And in honour of it being so hot today, we decided to make a video about British summer!
So we are about to watch now the last episode of Money Heist, La Casa De Papel.
Ooh, smashed it.
Woohoo! La Casa De Papel. And we wanted to film ourselves before we're watching the last episode and after we're watching the last episode. Don't worry, you're not going to watch us...
It's not going to be an hour long.
Yeah, you're not going to watch us reacting to it. No. We are going to talk about the season so far before the episode after this. Like a couple of months back, we've done reaction to the trailer, to the Money Heist, La Casa De Papel trailer. Very, very successful video.
Very successful series.
And it's okay, so that's the question. But before we start to talk about the series, it's important to say that whatever we are saying here, there might be spoilers.
Oh,
so
yes.
if you do not...
We have watched up to episode 7 so far.
Yeah.
And in a moment, later on in the video, there'll be spoilers for the entire series.
So...
And of course, series 1 and 2.
If you don't want any spoilers...
Leave.
Just go.
Leave.
But come back.
Leave.
But come back after you finished, yeah? And don't just go. But also, it's important to say that everything we are saying here, we are sharing with you our own honest opinion, and we do not wish to offend, hurt, objectify, or insult anybody. And if by any chance we are offending you, we are sorry. Let's discuss the season so far, starting now.
I really like Money Heist.
Well, let's go back to the trailer, our reaction, okay? And if you can remember, we were really upbeat, but what I said at the end of it is kind of pointed that it's going to be more of the same. And
it is.
It is more of the same.
They're doing pretty much the same thing. They're doing a slightly different plan and robbery, but they've gone into a big building, taken hostages, and they're going to steal some stuff.
So basically, it's like they've done a copy-paste, but it's like copy-paste and upgrade. So it's like you're taking iPhone 7 and upgrade it to iPhone 8, or iPhone 8 to iPhone X. And yes, you get more
new features,
new characters, the drama, and
backstory.
Everything. I won't lie, the last 2 episodes, 6 and 7 were really, really good. Up to episode 6, I was like, why? And sometimes there are some discussions about...
Some great dialogue that's completely irrelevant to anything in the show. Just 2 characters having an argument for no reason about some ideals. And it's good fun.
If there is anything I'm taking from Money Heist or La Casa De Papel, it's boom, boom, ciao. There was a discussion at the beginning of episode 6, I think, or 5, about gay sex and the approach of gay sex and why men having more sex, blah, blah, blah. It's really nice dialogue, and everything said there was correct. I agree with it. I completely agree with it. It is boom boom ciao most of the time. But there are other discussions that were there that were really touchy and correct.
The one thing I want to say.
Yes.
This series made me 100% certain that I hate Tokyo. She is a horrible person. I know she was the main character of the first one, and we were meant to see her going through some kind of journey. And then she threw it all away because she's just, I'm a bit bored. I don't want to be with you anymore, Rio. And then the scene where he was dumping her when they were in the bar, I was like, yes, this is what you deserve. Cry, feel bad because you broke his heart. I just don't understand what we're meant to feel for her, because she's a criminal and she's not nice. At least the others are nice, or they're funny people that you kind of warm to. Tokyo can die. I'd be happy if she died.
I don't understand why Tokyo is the character that speaks.
Narrator.
So why she's the narrator of the episode? Because I agree with you, she's the least interesting out of all the characters.
So all she does is
Even
decisions
Helsinki
that...
is more, even Elsie is more interesting than Tokyo.
Yeah.
So
All of a sudden, Helsinki's become this multi-layered, three-dimensional character, and like, yes, love him. With his big bear tattoo on his belly.
so far, before episode 8, who is your favorite character?
So immediately from the first 2 series, it was Raquel, because she's fantastic.
Yeah.
She's just a super strong, powerful, independent lady. But this series, she's not an independent lady. She's made some really silly decisions in her life, and I don't...
So far, we don't know what's going to happen in
I'm really hoping she's undercover, and for 3 years she's been playing the professor. She's weak now. She's all...
Yeah.
But I think Nairobi.
Oh,
Every
I
scene she's in, and whenever she
Nairobi.
speaks, it's fantastic.
She is mental, and
She's
I
mental,
love everything about her.
But you love her.
I love everything about her.
And she has an interesting story. She's got a kid as well
Yeah,
that she's never seen, and it's quite sad. Tokyo's got nothing for us to feel sympathy for.
It's a shame that Rio spent most of this season in jail and we couldn't see his body.
We did get a nice scene when he was being dressed, and he was just...
Yeah.
and he was tortured, so always keen on that.
Back to the plot. I'm not suffering. Okay, I'm not
It's
watching.
fun.
I'm
It's
not
really
watching
good
it.
fun.
And I'm not watching it and say, oh man, when the episodes are really, really good. So if you loved Money Heist or La Casa De Papel season 1 and 2, probably you would love season 3. I'm
It's
just
just
being
fun.
picky. I will share with you what my fantasy was about this season. That they chasing them. Breakthrough. I wanted to see more of drama like happening with the professor now. Okay, and that would have been more interesting, how they connect to each other, how
But
they make
that would have then been a totally different show if it was just different people being chased by the police. The juxtaposition of the robbery and then that
but they can
happening
make
is
them come together as a group and then being chased. I don't know.
like Power Rangers.
No, Ashley. No, but that's my fantasy.
One thing that I feel like they could have played a bit more is the way that the Spanish people are supporting them. All we've seen is just a crowd of people outside, and we're meant to believe that the entire country's behind them. They haven't really
Why are the people
built on
why
that.
are the people not trying
Storming
trying to rob
the police. Or
exactly.
We're meant to believe that everyone feels sympathy for them, which I don't. Because at the end of the day, I still think you all deserve to be in jail, even though I like you all. But we're meant to believe that everyone in the country is behind them, apart from the police and the government. But we're not really being shown that. They just put that in, and it's kind of there. But I do love the new policewoman who's pregnant.
Oh, she's fantastic.
Although
she's mental.
So I was thinking, I loved Raquel because she was a strong main character, independent woman. But she was an actual character. This lady isn't really a real person. She's just
a lollipop sucker.
She's pregnant and she says funny things. There's nothing else to her. We don't know anything about her as a character, but I like her. Get me a donut.
She's a lollipop sucker. So, just before we are going to watch episode 8, your expectations, as you said?
I have this horrible feeling that it's not going to end in this episode and that they're doing another series, which, you know, I'll watch it because I love it. But I feel like the story was already finished and they're just riding on the success. But I would like Raquel to have been playing the professor, and I'd like Tokyo to die. I don't think either of those will happen. I want someone to get pushed into some molten gold. But that's not going to happen either. I don't know who. No, that's not the right tone for this show.
We don't know anything. We didn't read anything. We didn't read any spoilers. So we don't know what to expect from the last episode. But we are going to watch now the last episode. Well, the last episode of this season. My expectations are: I want it to finish. I want it to.
I want it to have a good end.
Good end.
Happy ending.
Well, it could be a sad ending, I don't care, but I want it to be an end. And we will come back after we watch and discuss and let you know what we think.
I'll probably be really
in the meantime, while we are watching, you can get yourself a cup of tea or coffee, eat something.
Or have dinner. It's going to be an hour.
Yeah, so we'll be back. Okay, so until we are back,
bye!
Bye!
Mike is live. Nairobi, however, isn't. After that hour, I am happy there's going to be a 4th series, because that was tense. That was what it was when it was at its best.
Yes, like why did
it was missing something at the beginning of the series.
So I had a wee like halfway through and I couldn't stop watching it, and now I have to empty my bladder, and you know when you kind of not empty your bladder enough in time, you're kind of feeling pain after. So I'm not feeling only pain from watching this episode, I'm feeling pain also in my bladder. But having said that, this is was the first time that actually the police succeeded to do something.
Yes.
All the season, they kind of failed and failed and failed. And
was-
the previous season, it wasn't like that. They succeeded and failed,
Yeah.
But this was the first time actually the police surprised them.
The ferret, Sophie, or Sophia?
Sophia, whatever her name is.
Star of the episode. She was shown in like the first or the second episode, and I remember saying to you, "Why is there a ferret?"
Like a trust plan.
And then there was nothing about her but tense, exciting, fantastic, sad.
Oh.
I also, for a split second, thought that both of my favourite characters were dead.
No, I knew the moment they didn't show Raquel's body, I knew she's not dead. I knew they're playing a card here.
And it's the bloody amazing policewoman's name, whose name I can't remember.
It felt like it's such a simple solution from the police, like to go to the past and try to break them through from the past. You know,
It took a woman's mind to think of it. And that episode reminded me why it's so good, because within this ridiculously violent and over-the-top stupid scenario, there's all these really human elements in it, where like Denver sending that hostage out to get the teddy bear and following up on his, you need to act the hero to impress the girl that you like. They're all real people. Yeah, they're all criminals.
The writers of this,
And
it's not only the plot, the dialogues are.
What did I say before it started? Tokyo was horrible? Oh, and what did she do? Be horrible.
She should have got shot, and now she's a murderer. She literally blew up a load of people in a truck. She shot them with a giant missile.
Oh
whilst
my
drunk.
God.
So an hour ago, I didn't want another series. Now I do. Now it's war, whatever that means.
I read an article in the Israeli newspaper interview with the writer, and they ask him, would you ever have a character named Jerusalem?
Oh!
So when we say war, you know.
How would you rate that episode?
Very high. It's the best episode of all the season. I wasn't sure about it all the way through because I said it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. They're just stretching it, but they stretch it in such a way that in the last 10 minutes of the episode, they just boom, like they shut you down. This episode was great.
Yeah.
This episode was fantastic, and this episode was worth.
Because I think it takes someone to die, a character to die, for you to be reminded that actually they're not all immortal. Because when you watch something, you always have that in the back of your mind. These are the main characters. They won't possibly die. I need to learn that woman's name. I feel bad having a new favourite character and not knowing her name.
Well, you can
call her Prego.
You can call her Lollipop.
Lollipop. And I like that she's the most intelligent person. Like you said, all of the police are stupid, which is a little bit unbelievable. Now that Raquel is gone, they don't have anyone who's got any brain whatsoever.
But probably it is
it's all those strong women.
The right way to adore women. Let us know in the comments below what you thought about the season, this episode, what makes you feel, what are you expecting, and what kind of cities would you like the characters to be named after?
How about, if I was in it, I'd be called Plymouth. You could be Jerusalem and I'll be Plymouth.
I'll be Bat-Yam, I won't be Jerusalem. If you like this video, thumbs up. Please consider subscribing to our channel if you haven't done so.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, send us messages, send us fan art, buy some sweet threads from our store. If you'd like to join our translation team, send us an email to
toyandgoy@gmail.com.
and check out Money Heist on Netflix now.
Until next time, see you guys very, very soon. Bye! Ooh.